Right. So we are live. We should be on. No, no,
Right, let me just check.
a lot of glamour, a lot of
Yeah, no,
nothing.
we got but we good on your road.
Yes.
Warning.
Right. So let me just make sure that we live. We are indeed live. Now to get everybody this link here again, and to get everybody up and running. So let me send this to you now. Control C.
Let me just listen in here, make sure we live.
To get everybody. Yeah, we there, right? Running.
It sounds that way.
So let me send this to you now.
Yeah, we good to go.
So we get the people in here.
Just listening here, make sure we live.
Yes, we are live. We are here. Just bear with us as we deal with these technical issues that they try to get us with. We are still here. We are still about the message. And we will crank. Just give me a moment. And right, I shared it with Derek. I just needed to share it with my people now. If I could find my people. Oh, I gotta use my phone. So, yep, this is what happens, people, when man-made things do man-made things. Because believe it,
Jeez, some of the man in the crank, Kenny.
Kenny. Because we have not changed, we did not change anything this particular live stream. I did not change any settings. I did not say, well, let me try something fancy. This quite literally is just doing what I feel like doing. So I am undeterred. Derek is undeterred as well. We got a message to share, even if we're sharing it to ourselves. We will talk the things here and just making sure that. All right, let me introduce the show and I will do that in the intro. So we are live. We see people are here. Good to go. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, and welcome to another edition of The Senate. I'm your host, Neil, and as always, I'm joined by my brother from another mother, Derek.
Hill.
And we are your senators. We are here, undeterred, unfazed, and live and direct. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We may be late. We may have the gremlins, but I can assure you it is the same bat time on the same bat channel. Now, Derek, how you doing, my brother? How is everything? How is everybody going?
Man, I hear quite had a we back in the physical classroom, so it was a little different. Feeling a little tired from that. It's totally different situation. So I was trying to deal with that, and I found I was really tired the past 2 days.
Yes.
I had to come home and kind of rest to go in the gym, which is something you don't really do. It just kind of go straight. But I was able to get through that, and I felt better, felt a little bit more energized. So I'm certain that Ryan would be grateful to hear that. So I was able to push through and got in a fairly good workout this evening. So I'm grateful for that. And now you're here, so I'll be ready to crank the things.
Yes, sir. Well, myself, I am good. I am blessed. I am happy. I am very busy, but that is part of it. Now, a lot of you may be wondering why exactly we pushed back the show to 9. This is not a permanent solution. This is a temporary solution based on my schedule and the time that is afforded to me based on something I am a part of. So, with that being said, you will either be at 9 o'clock, or we will have a pre-recorded something if I just can't make it at all. But I would say in the middle of March, the Ides of March, from there on, we should be back to our regularly scheduled program. We should have none of these 9 o'clock gremlins, and we should be good to go. Now, ordinarily, we would have had some preamble before. We would have had G-Syndicate, the premier acapella group of the Eastern Caribbean, of the Western Hemisphere. They would sing some songs serenading you into anticipation of our delivery of the things, talking the things. But Derek is the founder of G-Syndicate, so I will let him plug his baby, his brainchild, and let you know what is happening with that group.
Yeah, man. G-Syndicate all the time. I saw a couple of people in there. I saw Michael Seeley in the chat earlier. He's Mark's dad, so big up Mike all the
Oh,
time. Yeah, I
good
signed
man,
with
boy.
Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. I signed with Mike way back in 1994. Since then, he and I have been singing together, so that was a long, long time. I think Mark was like 2 or something like that when I was singing with his dad. So that would just provide some perspective
Mm-hmm.
how things go. But yeah, G Syndicate, you can find us at gsyndicate6.com. You can find us at G Syndicate 6 on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. G Syndicate 6 on Instagram as well, but you got to spell out 6 on Instagram. So you can check us out there. Come through, hear what we got going on. We are ramping up to, some release. We were actually supposed to have our album in hand, but the person who's, going to bring it in actually got caught by the bug that's stirring these days.
Oh
And
no.
yeah,
God
sometimes
damn
if
it.
you can't catch a break, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
You can't catch COVID though.
believe that. So yeah, man, we being patient, even though it's
Mm.
difficult sometimes, and we hopeful that we can get that organized and sorted within the next couple of weeks at
Mm.
best.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. So as I told you, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, people of all ages, you are indeed watching the Senate podcast. Now, we bring this content to you 5 days a week. Let me gain work, punching the clock, let you know, shoot. We bringing it regardless. We have committed to this thing regardless of our schedules. The only thing that will keep us from coming here and talking the things and delivering content to you is if we are physically unable to do so, right? And even then, if we are healthy enough to do it, we will put something in the works to at least deliver something to you.
Something.
So, like, share, comment, subscribe, dislike, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. As I said, we do content for you 5 days a week. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we do the Senate shorts. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do the Senate podcast where we have 2 hours to discuss the things, and occasionally we would have guests on. We will let you guys know. You guys can call in and let us know what's going on. But that is enough wasting your time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We have a show to do. We got things to talk. Now, as you know, every Tuesdays and Thursdays, my boy Derek goes on our Facebook page and on our, various social media pages, but primarily Facebook. Check out the Senate podcast. Give us a like, a follow, share. He goes on there and he gets the topic going for what we'll be talking about in the next episode of the live stream. Now, this is no different. He has sent it to me and titled it "What Men Want." Ooh. And I love it, right? What men want, and then obviously there's a subtext if women know what men want and if they are willing, able, or even if they care to provide these things. Now we're gonna talk the things. I can hand it over to my esteemed colleague, Pastor Marshall, Reverend Marshall. He's not a pastor, he's Reverend.
Yeah, I get Rocky the scarf like a stool tonight, so sure.
And call you Minister Marshall, just like Marion Hall. So, so ladies and gentlemen, over to Derek. Lead us in sermon, my brother.
Yo, Minister Mario Hall. I hope that y'all guys checked out the short we would have done on Minister Marion Hall, aka Lady Saw. I watched it over and I found that we gave her a good proper roasting. So
As she deserves.
and it's also we discovered Neil our first video to hit 1,000 views. So
milestones falling.
Big ups for that, feel good about that, feeling proud about that. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about the 2019 comedy, What Men Want. Now, I've always thought that what men want is consequential, people don't really check, people don't really care. Okay, but, I say that and people seem to think that I'm kidding. I don't think people realize how it goes, but anyhow. In What Men Want, in the movie, Taraji P. Henson, the very lovely Taraji Henson, plays a female sports agent who drinks a potion from a shaman. Had a girls' night out. They go in the club. She drinks some drinks. They have an accident in the club which hits her head. And then she wakes up in the hospital having the ability to hear men's inner thoughts, right? Yeah, it's a little far-fetched. Yeah, it's fanciful. It's fantasy, as Neil would tell you. But hey, it's a movie.
Mm-hmm.
As the movie goes along, folks, you know the usual comedy and all that stuff. And at the end, she makes the point that she was never concerned with what men thought or how men felt. That got me to thinking, of course, and you know how my brain processes things these days.
Mm-hmm.
And I wondered how many women in society actually care what men think. And this is men in general, and then even the men that they're in relationships with,
Mm-hmm.
right? You see, there's a great misconception that men do not communicate. Yeah, I'm sure the ladies would agree with that men do not communicate. But I think neither this couldn't be further from the truth.
Speak the things, brother.
Yeah, men have been saying what they want for ages. They say it out loud sometimes, when when they tired of saying it out loud, they say it with actions. For example, men want physically attractive women, but for some reason, it has become en vogue to shame men for wanting that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It has become easier to force men towards something and change their basic instinctual preferences, right? We're talking human evolution here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, in order to elucidate my point, let me address an article that I recently discovered in the social media back alleys. Neil, I hope you have downloaded it because this is going to be an epic real-time response from you.
All right, just hold on a second. I almost there. I definitely don't want to miss this one because I already see some of these screenshots, and I see what boat is going to be a little triggering. So let me work to get that on screen.
Most definitely
right now.
Going to be triggering for you, right?
So just give me about 30 seconds, and we can get
folks,
into it.
We are here tonight on the Senate podcast. As Neil said, give us a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell as always. We got 295 subscribers, so let's see if we can get up to 300 subscribers by the end of the week. That's today's Tuesday, so we can get 5 subscribers, I think, by Friday.
That should be hard.
Yeah, Rihanna loved that movie as well, right?
All right, my brother, when you ready?
So let's man. So let's see what we can do with this thing, right? So let's get it on screen. This one, Lizzo says she would like to bear it all for Playboy one day after already posing nude on social media.
Mm-hmm.
You with me, Neil?
Brother. Barely. I'm here.
Get Stephen Wu and he crying. Good to see you,
Shout out Steve, man.
Right? So the article reads, Lizzo wants to pose for Playboy. I got Aston already. All right. Mm-hmm. The Good as Hell hitmaker is a big fan of the adult publication. I urged Cardi B, who was named the brand's first ever creative director in residence in December, to get in touch to arrange for her to take part in a photo shoot. Hey, see my Brett in the house. Big up Brett.
Shout out Brett, man. Shout out Brett.
Yeah. G-Syndicate drummer, top drummer, right? Asked if she'd ever posed for Playboy, Lizzo told TMZ, "Oh my God, tell Cardi to call me. I love Playboy. Yeah, I'll do it."
Mm-hmm.
You with me, Neil? You with me? Hanging.
I hear, brother. I ready.
Many celebrities have appeared in the magazine. From, please cast your mind back. Mm-hmm. Listen to these names we call him. Cindy Crawford, Anna Nicole Smith, rest in peace, and Elma McPherson, to Denise Richards, and Kim Kardashian. The 33-year-old star had earlier shared footage on TikTok of a piercing party she'd held for her team, and she revealed she'd had a jewelry inserted in an intimate area of her body.
Look, finish this here. You finish it. Let me. Next slide. You finish it.
How you doing, brother? She said, "I have so many piercings right now. I never thought I'd be this girl. You can't even see my coochie. I can't show you. I can't show TMZ my hoo-ha." The Truth Hurts singer previously praised Cardi, who was a stripper before finding musical success. Gotta love how y'all ladies choose your role models. As a game changer for female artists.
There, you still there?
I am still here, my brother. I am still here.
You had a little break up there, right? So you could go from game changer as a.
I'll repeat that.
Right? Let the people hear it, man.
The Truth Hurts singer previously praised Cardi, who was a stripper before finding musical success, as a game changer for female artists following their collaboration on Rumors. Big up how the ladies choose their role models. And we are going to talk about this stripping thing in one of these episodes when we talk about thoughtpreneurs, right? But that's another episode.
Thoughtpreneurs.
Right? It's not my term when they make it up. You talk. She said, Cardi B is the ultimate. She, to me, has always done it. Right. Let me get me some more for that.
She always did it right. Always did it right.
She's always done it right. I don't even know what to say that.
But then what? We can get into it. Go ahead.
You get into it. Everything that she said, every way that she's reacted, because you know why? It's because she was true to herself the whole time. She's a groundbreaker. You can't deny her ability. She's a superstar. She has changed the game forever for a lot of us, a lot of women. I don't even think she realizes she's doing it, because it's just like, I'm trying to just be successful. I'm trying to get this money. I want to live a happy life. She just follows her heart. Oh, that's what I love about her. Last week, Lizzo shared a nude photo of herself on Instagram as she reflected on having unconditional love for herself. She wrote, "If you love me, you love all of me." We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. You don't get to pick and choose. We should be unconditionally loving of one another, starting with being unconditionally loving to ourselves. Take a moment today and think about the conditions we cling to. Free yourself in love. You deserve it.
Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya. Ladies and gentlemen, first I must ask my esteemed colleague and my brother from another mother and the goodly people of the Senate, what the hell is a piercing party? We are holding parties for piercing parts of ourselves?
Yes. That's what we do.
That is neither here nor there. The next thing I would want to say here is that her role model is Cardi B.
Yeah. But Cardi B is a role model for a lot of women, Neil.
Cardi B, who was a stripper. Cardi B, who drugged men to make ends meet as a stripper. Cardi B that sings some of the most slackest lyrics out there. A woman that always has her tongue out her mouth.
You know how I feel about that, man.
Is willing to be as explicit as she wants to be in any and every space. Has no care in the world for time and place. That Cardi B. Right. So we understand that. No.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are gonna come here and think that, for one, we're gonna talk about. Well, for me, they're gonna think that I'm gonna come and talk about Lizzo's size. All right. And while I will talk a bit about her size, in that a woman her size is not what men by and large want, for a myriad of reasons, which we have said in this space before. It is also to the attitude more so than anything else. More so than anything else, men don't want that action. Hey, Jay-Z was a drug dealer. That's right. And we don't praise Jay-Z. He's not my role model. Is he yours, Derek?
Nope.
So you know what? If you want us to say, Erica, let's say Jay-Z should not be a role model for anyone. I don't know if that makes you feel better, but Jay-Z is not a role model. He's not somebody I want my son to aspire to be.
I'm saying
not his beginning.
Not doing it that way.
Yeah, and not doing it that way. Yeah.
Lizzo said that she did it the right way. I found that hilarious. But anyhow, so folks, here we have Lizzo deciding that she wants to be included in Playboy magazine, a magazine for men, a magazine that throughout its history has always featured women who look a particular way, right? A way that Lizzo does not match, right? As a matter of fact, there were many women throughout the years who actually fit the physical description that you would see in Playboy magazine, and they could not feature in that magazine. Why? Because of the very strict criteria that had to be met. Women desirous of being featured could not have things like tattoos or the said piercings that Lizzo was talking about, right?
Right.
Those were the kinds of standards which Mr. Hefner
Archaic.
held with respect to running his magazine, right? But we fast forward now to 2022 and Lizzo, who is decidedly not what has been featured in Playboy magazine since its inception in 1953. 1953, right? Lizzo now feels that she has a right to be featured in Playboy. Has she made any strides to get to what the standard is for that magazine? Has she? No. Lizzo feels, you know what? I know Cardi B, let me get a hookup. Right? Let me get a hookup. Readers be damned, right? Clients, the patrons of the magazine be damned, right? Because the men that are reading Playboy want to see women that look a certain way, and they suspect that there's some dipsy doodling going on in the chat, and
that's the patriarchy. That's the patriarchy.
Yeah, we know it is the patriarchy.
Patriarchy. Right? Playboy is the patriarchy.
It is. Playgirl magazine. Was no one, no men.
Yeah, but that was
Lizzo.
That was created. Well, true. I mean, but that was also created by the patriarchy.
But for whom? Because Playgirl magazine is created for me, nor you, nor the men in this chat, right? We talk inequality, right? We talk inequality. That's what we like to push, right? We talk inequality, and trust me, let me check because they suspect. Let me just peep in the chat here a little bit.
Yeah, none popping off really. I mean, mostly, Fergie saying nope, we don't want to emulate Jay-Z in the least. Jason King, what's going on, my brother? Jimmy Bob.
Jimmy.
We got Rianne. She saying most of all, she seems to think people want to see her naked.
And nobody wants to see that.
Oh no,
we
but
can safely say that.
Hold on. But some people like big women.
And that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, but they're not the majority of people.
And that's fine.
So
right. Let me crack on. Let me go.
I mean, we late. We got gremlins. They talking things tonight.
Yeah, we can talk things tonight, right? Readers be damned. Lizzo want to be in Playboy.
Right.
She ain't jog a lot around the garrison. She ain't eat 2 leaves off her tree and call it a salad.
She ain't went no Brazil. She ain't went no Brazil. And you would get what you call it?
Yeah,
installation.
Yeah, she ain't get some recondition parts. She ain't check with market flow, nothing so. But she want just turn up and Playboy. Why? Because she want what she want. Right? Again, readers be damned, and the readers are men. She want what she want. Now imagine a man 5'8", 308 pounds. Right? You say, you know what? I want to be in Playgirl. I feel like I should be in Playgirl. The women want to see me. The women would tell him in no uncertain terms, nah.
How about plus size men per bit?
Women tell you straight up?
Nope.
Ain't nobody got time for that. It's not gonna work with me. The woman will let you know straight up. They don't want to see that. And this is what we want, right? This part of I want to get. Let me digress a little bit, just a little bit, to say this is part of the problem, right? We want some honesty. It was talking to Fergie, yesterday or the day before, and they made that point to him.
Exactly, Dion. Sorry. Go ahead, Derek.
Men want to bridge the gap. Men want to bridge the gap, right? But the gap cannot be bridged until we start being honest with each other. Yeah? Women like physically attractive men just as much as men like physically attractive women. Let me stop talking about, you're so superficial and shallow and blah, blah, blah because you like somebody that's physically attractive. Let me stop that crap, right?
Yep.
Anyhow, so let me ask you a question. Which Playboy reader wants to see Lizzo in the magazine that they've been supporting for how many other years? I ain't saying that to be bad-minded. We ain't listening to about the fat shaming, but it is what it
That's
is,
facts.
right?
This is facts.
Is what it is. The boy ain't trying to see that. The same way the women ain't trying to see. Shoot, if Chico and Matt that come down here in the 90s with a belly big and thing, the boy ain't checking for Chico and Matt neither, right?
Matt, you go on Chico and Matt. You know what just came across my mind, Derek? In all of the depictions of Homo sapiens and Neanderthals and all of the ancestors of us, the precursors of humans, as we are today,
right?
Were there any depictions of fat ones?
No, not one. Right? Not one. But men want what they want, and men like what they like, right? And normally we use the analogy of rastas and pork boats, but given the subject, people might deem my reference to pork as insensitive. So
incendiary.
Yeah, let me talk about myself a little bit, right?
Let's go.
I do not like mobbing. Yeah. I know hearing that from a Bajan as somebody that's taught as much rank Bajan as me, that might be a little bit shocking, right? I do not like mobbing.
Burn the passport, call it immigration.
Yeah. Never have, probably never will. I actively hate, detest, despise, abhor mobbing, to be honest, right? If I don't know if you picked up that, I don't like it, but I don't like it, right? It matters not how thirsty I am. I don't want it. And to provide perspective, one time I went to Leicester. I don't live too far from there, but far enough, they said, you know what, let me just take a run from there home. And I told myself on the way home, I said I am going to attempt, in an attempt to be more Bajan and not be deported, I am going to drink some Mobby as soon as I get home. I mean, sure, thirsty, right? That should be the best time to drink it. Didn't work.
No, didn't not work necessarily, but very well.
Did not work, right? So, ladies, men want women who are physically attractive, and no amount of shaming is going to get them to change that. Just the way that no amount of calling for my deportation is going to get me to drink Mobby, right? But physical attractiveness is not the only thing that men want. So what else do men want, right? Here's something for you to consider, ladies. Men want pleasant women. Oh my God! Men want pleasant women, right? Men want to know that their home is a place of peace, right? We talk all the time about men's infidelities, right? You know, you hear all the time, oh, black men in the good, black men in particular. You know, white men don't cheat.
It's only black ones. It's only black ones.
It's only black men in the use. Black men don't cheat. Sorry, black men cheat all the time. White men don't. And that is the biggest thing when it comes to the demise of relationships. But I've asked for the past 2 weeks now, what other things do we consider could impact relationships? Peace is most definitely one. Right? We reference it very often. You know, me and Neil and I, we are not Bible thumpers by any chance, any stretch of imagination. We are not Bible thumpers. I mean, sure, I might look like a priest. I had a priest who wanted me to enter the priesthood. You know, that was a long time ago. I sang in a choir for 20 plus years, but I am not a priest, right? And we reference this proverb often, right? That it is better for a man to live on the corner of a rooftop than to live in a house near a mansion with a contentious woman. Why is this important? You see, very often women think that men should accept them, flaws and all.
Every last bit.
Yeah, and put up with all manner of unpleasantness from them. Fellas, if you're picking up what you're putting down, drop some ones in the chat. Yeah, drop some ones in the chat if you think that, hey, shooting straight here. Ladies, if you think you're making it up, put some twos in the chat. Men want pleasant women. And I know the thing today is to think about yourself as a boss, you know, boss B. I don't like to say that word.
Alpha female.
An alpha female is another one I've heard. Yeah, where am I? Yes, Erica, pleasant and slightly overweight, not obese, does have a chance. And these are the things we keep saying. Men will, you got, at the end of the day, getting into a relationship, I don't want to use this term, but I can use it for want of a better one right now. You have to bring something to the table, right? By that I mean, if you know that you start with at a deficit with certain things, you gotta be able to make up the stagger somehow. So if you're a little overweight, and you cute, shoot, a fellow will work with you if you're pleasant.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't be overweight and obnoxious. Nah.
Mm-mm.
Eric Lewis had a song years ago. You can't be ugly and unmarly too. He and Cooper Dan, bigger Cooper Dan, right? So you gotta be able to make up the stagger in certain things, right? By the same token, gentlemen, if you know, a friend of mine tell me don't attack the short man because short man can't do nothing about it or whatever. But I like to say, it's not that we attacking the short man, we just representing the short man because these are the things women say. So, fellas, if you're a little shorter, you're gonna get your money up. Your belly can't be big. You looking that you pregnant. Nah. Right? Fellas, if your features a little softer, you might go grow a little beard and shape it up. Give your face a little harder, a little squarer jawline. You gotta find a way to make up the stagger. You can't be short, bread, and fat. Nah. Nah. It just ain't gonna work.
That's a death kneel.
Yeah. So ladies, nobody ain't looking at you and saying, well, yeah, he's the one, so you gotta take me up. Nah, nobody ain't doing that. No man worth his salt, at least, in doing that. It's because the man that you want got options. So if you come to here with this unpleasant thing, you want to quarrel about every little thing. Shoot, the man even quarrel with in the morning, man. Just okay, no problem.
The man says quarreling back. You quarrel back, you end up in court, you end up Me Too, YouTube.
Yeah, no point dealing with that. Yeah, Erica, deficit. A deficit. If you cuteless, you man or woman, you start
cute.
You sounds cute. You start at a deficit.
Let's be real.
We don't hear penalize for choosing on Thursday.
Let's be real. If you ain't looking a sort of way, if you are not pleasant on the eyes, you that's already challenge number one. And you ain't pleasant too, what you doing? You know what I mean? You're out of shape, you gotta be joking.
So how many women you know? Let's go back. Let's look at Usher. A couple years ago, Usher had a scandal. Brett and I used to make some sport out of it in our performances when we do Usher songs. He has some stuff going around when they're saying that he had picked up a gift that keeps on giving, And a lady came out and she said that she was one of the persons whom Usher had interacted, right? And a lot of people were wondering, a lot of women were wondering, why would Usher choose that particular woman? Based on what we're describing here, overweight chick, you know what I mean? Very run of the mill, like nothing particularly outstanding, especially when you look and compare her to his wife.
Right.
But men understood. There's a reason that Usher was dealing with that chick. And because she was so run of the mill, very girl next door, we know that Usher probably going there and he get a little got 10K. Yeah, a little meal. Probably sit down and talk with she a little bit. And everything cool.
Everything nice.
Everybody and men understood that is what was happening. But women looked at her and said, well, this woman ain't exactly, walking down, nobody can't walk no time soon. The boy around way. How this woman could harm Usher's wife. Men got it. Men like, that chick probably very pleasant. Right?
That'd be
easy.
That'd be a running joke. Women's be like, the best looking women get harmed, but it's nothing with me.
Yeah, there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
There's a reason for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There is a reason for that, which brings me to the next point. Men want, let me not say just women who are meticulous. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. Men want meticulous women. And this ties into the first point about pleasant, right? And they can use cooperative as well, right? Because I was gonna put cooperative with another word, but I decided nah, let me
No,
throw
Derek.
the right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
They want meticulous women. By that, what do we mean? They want women who can be the administrator of the household, who can be the house manager almost. So, ladies, can you identify those little things that your man likes that improve his life? Yeah? Are you willing to handle those things? Are you the lady that's going to pick up the phone and say, when your man's at work, listen, I'm going to X place, you want me to pick up a shirt for you? Or, shoot, I see you got some holy boxers here, so a hair sewing items, I can buy a little 3-pack for you and bring home. And we could get ready the ones you got home there so that got about 8 holes in them. Yeah? Are you that lady? I was gonna say, yeah, babe, I hear so up on the road, I know you're at work. And I know if you're hungry or what, but I stopping in at X place. I know you like so and so from here, so I can bring it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you that lady? Are you that lady that's saying, well, yeah, sweets, I know that. Did you remember that you gotta pay X this month or you gotta pay Y this month?
Mm-hmm.
Because men see the big picture and we kind of forget the minutia sometimes. And we need a woman sometimes to say, well, look, don't forget this. Don't ignore this. Can you handle this? Ladies, this is critical. Gentlemen, if you feeling, if you picking up, put it on. Gentlemen, put some ones in the chat. Gentlemen, if you feel playing telling lies, put some twos in the chat. Right? These are the things that help to make your man's life easier. Don't get and say, well, yeah, I ain't doing this for no man, and I ain't doing that for no man, and I use the prize, and he gotta bring this to me. You can say them things, but you'll find yourself, out there. All alone by her lonesome self. And I don't want that for you. Right? So can you take care of the little things? Okay? Kind of like call it a grope in the tiles. Right? Call it grope in the tiles. Grope don't look impressive. Nobody don't Instagram grope. Nobody don't say yeah, this grope's so significant. But if you remove your grope from your tiles, you'll see where your tiles look like. And they ain't gonna sit down together. And if you got any tilers in the chat, put the drop saying in the chat, let me know what you're talking about. So yeah, let me get to the real crux of the matter here now. Right? Because we're talking about what men want. Because we often hear.
Let me can get the comments, my brother. We can get the comments.
We can
get there. We can get there. We can get there. We can get there. You got circle. We can get there.
You got a circle, okay.
Yeah. We get there, tell you.
You get there. And again, you see, we always come back to Neil all the time. We always come back to that, right? So let me go in. Again, as I tell you, my brother, full again.
Right?
All in. Right? This here. I said, hold up. Wait a minute. We all in. Erica, brace yourself. You're about to be a little bit triggered, right? Brace yourself. Men want submissive women. Oh my God. Bruh. I can say that again. Men want submissive women. I know this is a sore and sticking point for a lot of women. There's a curse word for a lot of women. Or even here in our chat, or Erica, it's particular umbrage. Even saying that, right?
Yep.
So that's why I left this for last. Right? Ladies, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Well, I kind of like being the bearer of bad news, but
Saddest.
that's me. That's me, you know what I mean? But men want women who are willing to submit to them. Men want women who are submissive. Now, fellas, let me tell you straight up, you can't force no woman to submit to you. That's just the reality.
Submissive does not mean subservient, because we got to say that to men too.
Yeah. This is a doormat thing, right? We ain't talking that at all, right? So if you realize you're leading a certain way, the woman don't want to follow you, she don't want to submit, everything is a noise and a pushback and a quarrel, just move along. You know what I mean? Just move along. Nothing wrong with that. And ladies, if you can't or don't want to submit, that is cool too. But don't complain after the fact about where all the good men gone when you discover that you are home, at 2:37. All alone by her alone self. Don't complain. You don't get to do both, right? Either submit to the man that you want and rolling with, or you can deal with the consequences of your actions.
Mm-hmm.
Now, ladies, I know that it's difficult to hear in 2022, and the prevailing thought these days seems to be that relationships and marriage should be a partnership. Men and women should have equal footing in terms of decision making and the like, right? Of course, ladies, your opinion and your counsel is valued. But let me explain to you why the men you want will want submission. And because this is what it is and the forum it is, again, I will use my personal experience as a reference to this conversation so that nobody can say that I am being offensive, right, to anybody else. I'm going to use my own lived experiences. And gentlemen, as I proceed, putting down, put some ones in the chat so that the world could see that I ain't telling a lies, right? I had a conversation with a friend of mine after Tuesday's live stream last week, right? And he was making the point to me that submission is the only option for him in his relationship with his wife, right? It's harsh. Like I listened to hear him out. And he even said jokingly that the best he can do is a benevolent dictator. Not a joke, I laugh at that, but this was his reasoning. This was his reasoning. We talk about it all the time, right? A chicken and a pig go into business, and I've shared this analogy with you before, Neil. Chicken and a pig go into business to do breakfast, ham and eggs. Now, the chicken, far whole eggs hold there. All is good in the hood. The pig at some point is going to have to suffer loss of life and limb in order to keep this business afloat. Right? And that's the difference between the men and the women in this relationship. Men are expected to lay down their life. I know we always talk about that bump in the night, and because we live in the times in which we live, and things are particularly safe, nobody considers forced entry and breaking and entering into the place in these times, right? Given the advances in personal home security and all that. But my friend, he shared a story with me last week where his wife got into a little bit of a situation with a gentleman, and she was relating this story to him, and her expectation was that he would go and represent her in the matter and essentially defend her honor. Right? Patrice O'Neal talks about this, spoke about this in some of his stand-up he would have done. Right? The expectation is, the social contract is, men are supposed to defend. Right? Men are supposed to defend. So when he shared this story, it got me to thinking about my own interactions with women, right? My own personal lived experience. And even now, if ladies are in my presence, right? If I know them or not, right? And gentlemen, you could attest to this. I find that in my interactions with females, very often I put myself between them and potential dangers. For example, if you walk in the streets, I walk closer to the traffic. I walk on the outside. So I'm between them and the traffic. If you're in town, for example, you know, town full of characters, street characters, put yourself between them and the street character. You never know when, you know, anything might pop off. You between them, right? If you're walking through a crowd, for example, you will go to a party or whatever. Not in these times, these COVID times, but you know, back in the day when things was open up, you could walk and you could go to a party and enjoy yourself, shake a leg. You would go through the crowd with your girl or whoever, and you would lead the way through the crowd. I can't think of many men I see walking behind a woman going through a crowd like that. Like, they lead the way so that the crowd parts for him, and she does not have to deal with the crush of the crowd. So this man is putting himself between you and all potential dangers. This man is also expected to provide for you and the household on a particular level. So ladies, if you have chosen this man, which means you've chosen correctly, a man who's going to lead, a man who's willing to protect and provide, life on easy street for you. So why wouldn't you want to submit to that man? Why would you feel the need to challenge? So that's a big thing. They don't want, so the men don't like being challenged. So why would you feel the need to challenge that man? Now let me go back, right? We go back. Say men want meticulous women. Men want women who can be administrator of the household, make sure the household runs smoothly. Okay? So we ain't saying that your opinion is invalid. You're not saying that at all. Your counsel is most definitely required and appreciated. But why? So important for you to feel as if you cannot submit to this man. There must be some challenge. There must be a pushback. Ladies, I put it to you tonight. If you have chosen correctly, if you have, and you will know when you have chosen correctly, well, do you?
I was just about to say it. I was just about to say it. A lot of people, thought it chose correct before.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
So,
backtrack. So, ladies, them things I just outlined to you, that's how you know you've chosen correctly. If you find them out doing them things, that's only a few to start. If you find them out doing those things, you've chosen correctly. Do not then turn around and blow off your own foot because you feel the need to be issuing a challenge or to be contentious. If life on easy street for you, I know some of you don't know when life on easy street and you really can't relate, you can't identify. But if you realize life easy, that don't mean that, you know, it boring. Mean it easy. Work with it, go forward. Live life and enjoy it. Over to you, my brother.
This is, I love this one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are watching the Senate podcast. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything coming from us, coming out the pipeline. We really do appreciate everybody that has subscribed. And all those that have been rocking with us for a while, we even appreciate you, those of you, because we're doing this late time. For the next couple of weeks, we appreciate you staying up with us and coming in at this later time. Even if it's just to show your face, give us a like, wink, wink, and just keep it moving. But yeah, and also for those of you that didn't hear it at the start of the podcast, this 9 o'clock time is temporary. This is to accommodate my schedule and certain things I have going on in the background that I simply cannot make 8 o'clock. But as I tell Derek, the show must go on. When the back lights come on, Batman can't say I ain't Tahiti breezing. You know what I'm saying? My mom got turned up. Anyhow, which is leading into my point. You know, I was thinking about this today, right, Derek? When I would have seen you post this on Facebook. And I found something particularly interesting, right? Because obviously this is titled What Men Want. Now, of course, right. You just said it very eloquently, the things men want in women. And of course, I always, you know me, I always prepare for a debate whenever it comes. I always look for the counter argument. No, the question would be, what men provide would be my question to the what men want. Sure, we can list all the things we want, but then women want what they want too. Women, right? So men essentially want nurturing, female nature, innate nature, and women want men to be innately masculine, provide, defend, enforce. You know what I mean? Because it is interesting as you were talking, and as I saw certain things going on in the comments. We talk about a lot of people that have come into this space and around the world have a problem with the word submit. They don't think or see a relationship as being anything to do with submissive. A person should not have to be submissive in a relationship. It is a partnership. It is equal. We are equally yoked, and we're pulling this thing and we're going forward. However, I posit that as much as women want equality in this thing, meaning at some point, which is essentially what we're talking about when you're equally yoked, we are talking about both people submitting at some point to get the chain pulling. Because let's be honest, Derek, me and you be pulling this little plow here. That is the Senate podcast, and I got nights where I am mentally in it, and I got nights that you am mentally in it. But we got land to plow. So, all right. I say that to say, women don't want submissive men. Women do not want submissive men. So, if women are not willing to submit, and men are not people don't want us to be submissive, then how nobody is submitting in this relationship? Everybody want what they want when they want how they want, and nobody ain't bucking or bending, right? Andrea, welcome to the show. I will define submissive. Submissive essentially means that two people in a relationship understand their strengths and weaknesses and they work to suit. For example, perfect example in this dynamic between Derek and myself, Derek is very good at the social media aspect of this thing. He is very good at, talking to the people, getting out there, going on the streets, slumming it, doing his journalistic investigations. That is Derek. I am not as much a people person as Derek, nor do I have the inclination or desire to go down into the muck and mire to see what is going on in these social media back alleys when it comes to relationships and men and women and that sort of thing. And the flip side of that is I produce the show. Everything you see here that is not me and Derek, I created. So in terms of the live stream, the graphics, everything, I made the show look pretty and presentable. I mean, yeah, we got camera problems, but we can solve that in the future. The audio sometimes is be hit and miss. We can deal with that in the future. But the point is we have strengths and weaknesses, right? Derek has his strengths, Derek has his weaknesses, as do I in our partnership in this thing, in this collaborative effort. And we both recognize that, and I submit to Derek when it comes to the social media aspect of it. I go to Derek and I ask him, how you want to approach this type of social media thing. Likewise, Derek asked me, how do you feel about making the show look X or Y, or how about handing down these graphics, or can we go at this time? What if it intersperse this? So it's a collaborative effort. There's no leader here, right? In this, there is leadership in subcategories of our going forward. You understand what I mean? So while Derek and I are in unison and pulling this flow, there are times where I have to depend on Derek's expertise in social media, and Derek has to, he has to kowtow to my leadership in production. So that's how we see submissive. Submissive does not mean got my food on the table at by 5 o'clock. Bend over and text and loving. I don't keep the noise in here. That is not submissive. Submissive is I am great at cooking. You are great at cleaning. I will submit to your lead in your cleaning. You will submit to my lead in cooking. Yeah, that is what that means. And that is how this partnership, as I think people would like to intend, would work. Lost my train of thought, but I can try to find it out here real quick. No, it is interesting how, the whole horning thing come up in the comments, right? About how all of the things that Derek just listed, all the things that men want would be gotten by a man, and he still cheats. I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that one, that is rare. And two, when you look at the statistics of cheating, women do it too. Yeah. So, women has got a good down for man that is doing everything that a man is supposed to do in the context of a relationship, and she still cheats on the man. So let us the equivocation.
Let me say something to Daniel, right? Now that you mentioned that point. Neil and I, most of the people in this particular sphere see relationships from a very different perspective than Neil and I, right? I want to say this as matter of factly and as take it for what it is. This is not being braggadocious or anything like that. This is just simple fact. Neil and I are what you would call pre-selected men, right? So we are not coming to speak from a position of men who have been burnt, men who have been disadvantaged in the dating game. As a matter of fact, we see the dating game from the other side, right? Yes, we've had our situations where that guy who get burned or whatever, but by and large, we are both over 6 feet tall. We ain't exactly hard on the eye. We are pre-selected, and as such, we understand the nature of relationships from the other side. We get some horns, but we share some horns too. Guess what? On the sharing that they're getting, right? So when I say that, I say all that to say, when we look at relationships and we talk about relationships here, to say that women cheat too, we know this. We know this, right? So we need to stop trying to make it seem as if only men cheating, right? Because that's the case. We know that.
And men only taking advantage of good women. Let me kill that here, because
let me cut that out. Cut that out. Right? We cut that out. Men and women cheating too, right? Yeah, I ain't gonna bring them stats, but anyhow, men and women cheating almost at the same rate. Men a little higher, but they got more women than men. So yeah. Also, I keep saying it all the time. I'm gonna make me keep getting back to it because when I think we could dipsy do the V, right?
Andrea asked a very sorry, brother. Sorry. You breaking up. You there?
There are other things.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, he's still here. There are other things that factor into my relationships. I don't know, we keep coming back to men cheating. I know we can keep coming back to, and I don't want to ask. Well, yeah, let me not say that. Men cheating, I know. But there are other things that happen in relationships, right? That lead to the demise of relationships. and not being willing to submit is one.
I see Andre McCallan. He's asking if you and Neil are pre-selected. Derek, if you and Neil are pre-selected, why did you get horned? Because that is life. People do people things. It could be something we did not provide. It could be something we were providing too much of. Maybe it was our communication style or how it was. Like there's so many different reasons why people just horn people, and I putting it on the people that horn me or horn Derek or the people that. It is nuanced. It is nuanced because at the end of the day, you are talking about taking a person for their background, their trauma, their history, their communication style, how they see life, their perspective, and matching it with another person. Especially,
I see Brett in the chat. Brett stands at 6'3", so douglas hair, etc. Good looking guy, right?
Douglas hair.
You Brett and get horned too.
I mean,
we keep it a buck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It happens.
It happens because at the end of the day, we gotta start operating this thing like.
Wait, start near. Because you see, I want Dipsy do to be right.
What's that?
The concept of pre-selection is not a notion, right? Because then, as the old people would say, women want men, generally speaking, who are tall. Generally speaking, I ain't saying all, because nobody can tell me not all women want tall men. But generally, women want women who are taller.
They can turn on the nose at them though. They can turn on the nose at them though.
We know this. So let me come all the way back to the point for tonight. What men want, because they see when they're trying to Dipsy Doodle be in the chat and carry all around the mulberry bush. We ain't doing that tonight, right? What do men want? They want men who physically attractive, women who are pleasant, nice and cooperative, and women who are willing to submit. Argue with them points if you wish.
And Andre, what I will say to the pre-selection notion, there are certain studies that show that women are more attracted to certain types of men. Women are more attracted to men that are taller. Women are attracted to men that have more symmetrical faces and facial features. Men are more.
This in the voodoo. This in the obia.
This is drop what we mouth, and we just today decide we can hit the hornet's nest literally. And the thing is, we covered it on this show, where the symmetry of one's face, people are more likely to do that. People want all how you smell, how you look, the money is made, the job you have. Like, shoot, men like women. We black men like women with thick hips, and rather ample breasts. Why? Because we thinking about childbearing. We thinking about the sex. We thinking about certain things.
That we could control. That is biology. That's evolution.
Pre-selection.
Right. So again, some regular thing in the trying to kind of, you know.
But let me get back. let me get back to my let me get back to my points, right? Because let me understand something here. Because at the end of the day, I understand there's certain concepts that we're talking about here, especially when we talk about what men want. Because by and large, for the majority of human history, recorded human history, men have always gotten what they want. By what, if we're taking it from simple semantics of the words, the connotation of the words, men have always gotten what they want. But let's be honest, right? Today's man, the man don't want the stress, and the man just want the loving. The man doesn't want to feel like a stranger in his house. The man does not want to feel like he's on trial every 2 minutes. The man simply wants to have time and space to do what he has to do as a man, right? And women want a lot of things, but I think basically, you know, most people should want good sex, peace of mind, right? I asked the question earlier about women don't want submissive men. So again, if women are not willing to submit and men are not, nobody don't want men to submit, then there's no submission in the relationship. I see Erica said if the person could, if both we could cook, if both we could clean, if both we could be with all this equivocation, if we both can do all of these things the same or at a high clip, at some point, good night, Rian, thanks for joining us. At some point, somebody is going to have to lead at some point. If I could cook and you could cook, we can cook together. But there will be times where I am tired, you're unable. So we can order out. All right. We have a family function. Who can cook then? We got cleaning to do. You can say that I can clean and who can clean. The point is somebody has to delegate that. Somebody has to sit down and have that conversation. That is where submission comes. We both in because essentially what you're talking about there, this basically what you're saying there, Erica. You're positing a situation where you essentially dating somebody exactly like you, right? If I could cook and clean, you could cook and clean. Everybody could do the same things at a very high clip, right? Somebody can go delegate. Somebody can go delegate something. Somebody's gonna have to lead to say, instead of we butting about the kitchen and under for all the time and causing resentment and stress and angst, and resentment and you use cook that you use cook well, but you don't want to cook, and use wash clothes, but I don't feel like washing the clothes. No, somebody starts to lead and delegate certain things and have those conversations. So and even in those delegations, when it is said we could both cook, but you can cook. We could both clean, but I can clean. When I cooking, you gotta submit to my cooking. When you cleaning, I gotta submit to your cleaning. If you wake up a day and say, well, I was the leader in the cleaning today, the whole house picked down. I got to deal with that. I got to say, okay, and Sunday, we picking on the whole house because my wife, who is the leader in cleaning, because we have had the conversations, she's the one that wants to, she's meticulous and she wants cleaning to be in her way and her fashion for her peace of mind, then I have to follow her lead. So I understand the equivocation. We understand, Erica, submission is a hard word. Very hard word for you. But at some point, you have to submit. You submit in your life. I don't care what you tell me. At some point in your life, probably on a daily basis, you
stick
submit.
a pen there, right there. Fergie is saying, people just go to work and have the same qualifications as the boss and are quite fine submitting to the boss form. Over to you again, my brother.
You just broke it, but you got to say that again, man. I didn't read it, but you got
Lord, mercy. People just go to work and have the same qualifications as the boss and are quite fine submitting to the boss for money.
And they see my aunt, and don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Hail, yes, agree, man. Let me see what the numbers looking like here, cause we got to take a commercial break here. We can't got 28. I want to watch it. We can't got 28. I want to watch it at only 8 likes. That mathematics off. That is, I gotta get a slide rule to figure that one out. So take a moment, give us a like or dislike. Either one helps us in building this community, and continue to comment. Now, as I was saying today, I was thinking about this, and I think we have it is amazing. One thing that it's starting to hit home for me is that men and women are absolutely different. We are not the same. I say it all the time in this space. Men and women are not the same. We process things differently. We approach things differently. We problem solve differently. We are different spectrums of the same species. Yet still we operate as if we are the same. In that, men don't really communicate like that. We have our style of communication. What is the problem here is that women have a problem with the way we communicate. So therefore it's a problem. You understand what I'm saying?
I get you totally. But I can tell you what it is. You think men want women, because you say men and women are different. I think men know this. Men do not expect women to be men. They don't.
They don't. And
on the flip side, however,
they may not say it, but essentially,
on the flip side, women seem to expect men to act and operate as women.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where we are getting so many problems in this relationship thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because women expect that a man is going to go, hold up his end of the bargain and then come home and uphold their end of the bargain.
Men got to show up as men.
Right? And I will never forget that incident, that discussion we had in Mark's gallery, when it was a case of or the fella, the man come home and if a baby needs to be dealt with during the middle of the night, the reasoning was the mother might be tired, so the man should get up and go and deal with the baby. And I said, all right, no problem. So, all right, if the man come home and he tired, and we hear a bump in the night, that is not a baby now, but sounds very much like a large human who does not reside in the place. If the man tired, should the woman get up?
You ain't really got nothing to do with the woman at all.
You know what I mean? And it was a resounding no. So that is where a lot of our challenges come. Women expect, and they have no qualm saying what they expect from men. None
at all.
Right? This is what we want. We want you to, earn over $100,000 a year. You gotta be fit like a Olympic athlete. Got a 12-inch penis. Know how to work it like Lexington Steel. Be a Nobel Peace Prize winner. Got the cure for AIDS and cancer. That's what women say they want. Let's turn around horny.
Women want superheroes, and
Lizzo that we talk about tonight.
Literally wanted a superhero.
A
literal superhero.
In Captain America.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We get it. We know the goalpost continues to move. We know this, right? And the more men give, the more women say they want. And men keep trying. Men keep saying, well, okay, you see, you don't want that man, all right, no problem. Wait, school and learn.
Because we want peace and peace. We want peace and peace.
That's all.
We want peace and peace. So to keep the goal, to keep chasing the goalposts, we can do things in the context of peace and with the goal in mind to get peace and peace. The point here there is that it is funny because here we sit speaking on what men want, right? I know, of course, some people are gonna fly in and say, "Not all men, I want this and that." Fine, but if you poll men literally just want a woman that is not standoffish and a woman that taking care of herself. Yeah.
Need only 3 things tonight.
Right.
A certain way, be pleasant, and we work together.
Right. That 3 things. Simple, right? If you ask women, there's a laundry list of things. And even in those 3 things that we just mentioned tonight, Derek eloquently went into detail as to what those things constitute. People still had comments in the comment section speaking against what we were saying and questioning what we were saying, which is fine. This is what this space is about. Question, challenge, that is fine. But this is what it is about. It is about us understanding one fundamental thing. There is a disconnect, and that disconnect is coming from we are different and not recognizing that we are different, right? A lot of women come into this space saying they don't understand men, and they've learned a lot just from listening to the 2 of us, 2 little black boys from Barbados. They've learned some things about men in this regard. Men are simple. Men are no frills. Men literally go about their business and do what they got to do, particularly the average man walking about. Women, however, have constructed this thing where they deserve a literal Superman. I know some women can say, I will be okay with, and I will be, but by and large, and I have seen it, I literally had conversation with it. On a project right now where there are a lot of women, young women, and I am literally doing my research, and it is astounding some of the answers I'm getting back, because a lot of women think they get it and they speak very well, but they don't. I quite literally had a conversation with a woman who is very argumentative and cantankerous, but doesn't understand that cooking, cleaning, regular sex isn't what men want. Like day to day, I see her interact with other men. I see her, we have interactions. I see it. She is an argumentative woman. She is a cantankerous woman. But in talking to her, she believes that once you give a man, once you cook, clean, nurture, what is nurturing? Nurturing your feminine nature is not to be cantankerous. Nobody's innate nature is to be cantankerous. You understand? That does not fall under the realm or spectrum of masculine or feminine. Being cantankerous is you having a history that or
Problems.
yeah, you got things you got to deal with in your life and you got to heal from. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of women walk around here thinking that we say peace and peace, right? But women feel give me sex once a week, and I cooking and cleaning, so I know when you're here, but you cursing and carrying on with the man, right? You bringing an energy around the man that is just toxic, and you don't even know it's toxic. I have and again, just like women on this project that I am working on, I talk to the men too, the young men my age, right? And by and large, it is the same thing. Because we want peace and peace, don't mean that you could just give me peace. Well, give us PIECE, and you cooking and cleaning and putting it under PEACE. No. You cooking for me, but you crawling. I understand. You ain't even eat all this food. Hey, put this food for you and let here to get cold. I don't understand. I'm done cooking for you. Or I cooking. I am leading in the cooking, and you looking at my pot and saying, was this fancy thing here, doing here? You just come about your place and try bare things. When it has been agreed upon that I am to cook. So now you think that because you cook, you clean, and you nurture me and give me, sorry, not nurture, but you give me sex, that you are giving me PEACE. No, you're not. You may be giving me PIECE when you feel like, but you don't give me the peace of mind. You are actually, we talk about it all the time. They got men out here that when you look at the metrics, when you look at it on the surface level, pronounce quarreling again, Neil. Quarreling. I pronouncing it wrong? Quarreling.
But the army bomb I did.
Oh.
It's a crawling.
Oh, it's a crawling. Why Beijing? Like talking to you, Dion. Where you from? You from over there? Don't troll me. What's that?
The peace may not be that good either. PIECE.
The point is men are simple. Men are simple. And I understand in the submission and the fear of wanting to submit to a man is that a man go horn. But guess what? When a man submit to and a man presents presents what you want. For example, there and they say, well, you have a story about crawling and quarreling. But I lost my train of thought. Oh, we talk about it all the time, right? We want sex and we want peace of mind. But don't Dipsy do to me and give me the bare minimum. Like it's work. Because
they are not accepting the bare minimum.
That's what I'm about to say, right? Women always bring the cheating. When we did research, sent there some articles a couple of weeks ago, and it says the number one reason why a lot of people get divorced is infidelity, right? Well, no, it's not the number one, but it is the number one cited reason people would either get divorced or have gotten divorced, right? Man, at various ages too. Many 80s still getting on. The point is that when you look at the numbers, we cheat at an almost equal rate. And it ain't even a lot. Out of 100 is less than 25%, right? Men cheat at 22%, women cheat at 18%. The point I'm trying to
stick a pin. Let me add some context to these numbers as well, right, Neil? The graph showed that women cheated more in their earlier years, men cheated across their lifespan. Right. No, I know you ladies will interpret that to mean that all men is dogs and just cheat all into the old age. But that might be true. It also means that ladies, you don't have the options that you was dating when you were younger.
Exactly. That graph to start to plummet after 30.
Yeah, you cannot cheat.
You got children. Level. You got osteoporosis. Yeah. You know, your sex drive going. So let us consider something. Let us consider. I want us to understand, and I know I ain't gotta repeat this because as new people come and they hear our content, we ain't got to define. We ain't got to talk about the horning thing, the cheating thing, and cheating is one of those things that happens across the board. Good men have been cheated on. Good women have been cheated on. You want to do these statistics? I can send you the links. It really is not that far apart. It ain't like men cheating at 85% and women cheating at 2%. It is not even that far of a discrepancy. So we got dead that cheating thing. There's also something we got to consider, which is a lot of people like to talk about abuse, particularly emotional abuse and verbal abuse. Verbal abuse and emotional abuse are very subjective things, one. And two, it happens to any and everybody. The only thing exclusively that is something that is a problem is physical abuse. But physical abuse does not happen at the rate that y'all would, that people would have you believe. You want to know how I know? Shoot, I got statistics. But I don't go statistics. Why? I bet you, if you ask any and every woman in here, how many women you know, out of all of the friends you know, out of all the women you know, how many of those women have been abused, it's going to be less than 10%. Shoot, it might even be less than 5%. I'm not saying abuse doesn't happen. I'm not saying it's not an issue. I am saying that men don't just kick open doors and pull out women and beat them. That ain't happening at a rate that is commensurate like back in the day. Like things are different. Times have changed. So let us not dipsy doodle that. I'm going all around the world, but I can tie this up in a nice bow so we could get down in the chat. What women want, Derek said it best. We want peace and peace, however that looks. We want a submissive woman, and we are willing to be submissive. Understanding full well that we as men, there are certain things we cannot dipsy doodle on. We cannot, when it comes to providing, when it comes to protecting, when it comes to enforcing and defending, them is things that when you look in the contract, it don't say woman. So I can understand y'all women come with the alpha female and the boss B and want to say that when they want to submit and stuff like that, right? But by and large, y'all just act like men. Y'all just play the part, but when they ain't men, y'all are not men. Y'all do not do what we do. And likewise, you should not want us to do what women do. You should not want us to cater to you and appease to you and have you as the prize. Why? Because you don't want that. And I'm not speaking as if I'm presuming. I'm not being presumptive. This is fact. When you ask women what they want, they do not want a submissive man. You will hear they want a man to buy this. They want a man to do that. Fly them out here. Treat them like that. But by and large, they want a man to protect, defend, enforce, and protect.
A lot of them want that sort of cook already.
Oh, rascals.
Yeah. But it says human nature is, but no, I've been very serious. All women want that because they figure that is a challenge for them or whatever. As my Aston describes it perfectly, capriciously belligerent.
Jeez, oh,
yeah. So you just prone to flying off the handle for no reason at all, or very little reason, right? Let me just look at that. A couple of things I really want to get to before they kind of disappear. Fergie said that he has to, sometimes he might as well go be grandmother for a piece of quiet or food that cook with love instead of hostility. Oh, Lord of mercy. The chat is hilarious. Having said all that, Erica was giving some pushback to that and saying that seems like granny is the standard. Funny how granny is the alternative. And here's the thing. If a man left you house to go be grandmother, if a man left by you to run by an old woman, we all know old women and exactly peaceful. If a man left the place to go by an old woman and breeze, what I say about you household?
And
you know what I mean?
on consider, if granny is the standard to men, and you look at the time and era granny grew up in, where by and large, she was upset, she was vexed, but she still held down the house, right? She still did things. And if she is the standard, cooking with love and affection, understanding that submission is the thing that happens between men and women, right? And he going there for peace and quiet, and he going there to be nurtured. Because let me not talk about a plate of food and peace and quiet. He's going there to be nurtured instead of coming home to you to be nurtured.
But the inner sex at granny. Consider that. The inner sex at granny, but you're going there, right? Aston says you cannot be a star player all the time. Sometimes you have to be point guard, sometimes a power forward. Yeah.
Lots of life.
You can't do everything. And that's what we need to recognize. You can't do everything in a relationship. Because if you can, you don't need to be in a relationship. So ladies, make a decision. What you want? You want the man, or you want to do what you want to do? Well, I know your answer to that, but sure.
You can't do what you want to do. You can't do what you want to do and keep the man though.
We can't, because Erica, you don't want to submit, darling, but within the context of relationship, you have to. Man going to submit to you if you're in a relationship with you. There are certain things he's going to curtail. Man may like drinking. Man saying, no, I got my girl here now, so
let me cut that out.
Cut that out. Or might know, but my girl home, so you can't be out late for the night. Just cat home. And by the same token, and that's him submitting to you. By the same token, you gotta submit too. But you don't have to. Again, you don't have to submit if you don't want to submit. But you can decide what you want. You can ignore reality all you want, but you can't ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
The fellas in the chat, the fellas saying the ladies be Superman complex. Don't check for Clark, but want Superman.
Facts.
Yeah. Asta says Clark too boring.
Earning a steady paycheck can be boring. Anyhow.
Sometimes it is.
Yeah.
He says, for me, if a woman cannot trust that man to lead, she should leave him alone. And that's what we're trying to get at. And that's why he closed off by saying, if you've chosen correctly, you should have a man that's going to lead, he's going to protect, he's going to provide it. Life on easy street. Life is on easy street. Why you fighting? Why you fighting? Because you're going to only disrupt it. Right? You're going to only disrupt it. And don't turn and say, oh, these men can't handle these women. Nobody trying to hear that there. It just need the money putting up with you. You're a mess.
As I have said before, right? I ain't a lion, Tema. I ain't handling a lion. I ain't handling a beast. I ain't handling an animal.
But then we try to change Superman into Clark. So confusing.
Which is hilarious because there was a story arc where Lois did try, anyhow, don't let me get nerdy, but Lois did try to get him to say, he's do that Clark thing, he's do that Superman thing a bit too much. Always saving people and thing. That's kind.
But Steve is saying I don't believe Lois would have willingly put herself in the many situations if she did, if she knew Clark was going to come. It's so very interesting. Brett says, and those women become the Lex Luthor in the relationship. I said, just compatibility for no reason, like a sudden hurricane. Now, ladies, please note, ladies, please note what the gentlemen are saying here in the chat. Yeah, I know people can call us, the league of the bitter gentlemen or whatever, but please understand that these gentlemen have had no prompting. This is the gentlemen saying what they want. These are gentlemen saying what they have. And this way it is. So the same way you say you don't want a break man, or you don't want this from man, or you don't want that man. This is what the men are saying. This is what the men have experienced. This is what the men are telling you they want. So for you to turn out your own nose now and say, well, yeah, we don't want that, but what if this and what if that? That's fine. You can keep doing that. You keep doing that, then wrong with that, you know what I mean? Keep saying what you want, but when you end up, all alone by her alone self. It's only you to blame, right? Not me.
Oh,
don't blame me.
Oh, who? No, man. Accountable. Anyhow, let me behave.
Yeah. They back in the chat a little bit. Marlon saying he's always wondered why men would leave out their wife, girlfriend's food to go back at their mother to eat on the regular. Probably because woman can't cook. Or at least can't cook on our level. And probably house peace more peaceful.
I just saying.
I'm not like to eat in peace, I'm not like to eat in peace. By peace, sometimes I mean abject silence. I ain't need all the conversation. I just want to eat a little meal here, so and cool myself, you know what I mean? I got porn sample and TV and You know what I'm saying? So watch that. I don't need you talking in my ear and disturbing my key and warnings.
You know, bring up such an important thing. I mean, when they could tell me if I hear talking bear junk, right? Yes, bear. As when I got a problem with Bajanism and colloquial sayings, bear. Let me put it to you like this. If I lost my train of thought. Oh man. I had a good
It happens
right, but all right, silence. Men love silence. I ain't talking about regular silence. I ain't talking about, you know, monkhood or you know, you in a space of refusing to speak. I'm talking about, you see, non-verbal communication and intimacy. Men would prefer that. And I ain't talking about sex now. I'm talking about spending time, touch, just being in each other's space. A man does not have the mental capacity to every moment be speaking what is on his mind. We just like silence. We just did silence. I see going on here. They're talking about cooking. You know, Dion is saying that both of us could cook. She doesn't mind cooking, but both of us could cook. And that's fair. That's fair. Y'all could come up with a schedule. I know there are couples that come up with a schedule and say, well, you know, me and you in this house, all the cooking can be on me and it could be split. That is fine. You understand what I mean? And yes, Andre, cooking together can be very sexy and everything. That is fine. But don't let us, the situation where all of everything that happens in a domestic situation will be handled as that example that you're handling. So the cooking, the cleaning, the grocery shopping, the paying of bills, the clean, all of the minutia of life does not happen that, oh, we both love doing this and we both don't mind doing this. So let us both do this. And let's consider that over time, as life changes, as jobs change or gets more intense, as working out, self-care intensifies, etc., the likelihood of you maintaining that schedule may not be so. So it sounds good on paper. It sounds good on paper that I like to clean and Derek like to clean so we can both clean. It sounds good that I like to cook and you like to cook, we can both cook. It sounds good. But on a random Tuesday night when you come home after working a double shift for 12 hours and you feet hurting and it's you like to cook, you just sit here tune, right? I just don't feel like cooking. Right? I just don't feel like cooking. Right now, I know we say we don't have the budget to spend money to buy something to eat. We might not have got the money to buy nothing to eat and it is incumbent upon us to cook. But right now, I ain't able. It happens, people. Like there's no formula to this life thing, you know. So I see a lot of people coming into hearing what we want in women, and people coming with the equivocations and saying what if, horn and this, that, and next and third. Life is nuanced, you know. The problem here is that I feel as though men understand that life is nuanced. And I feel that women are, my bad. I know that women are moving away from that whole understanding that life happens because they want what they want it now. Like you look the length and breadth of society, I want what I want and I want it now. I have my standards, and my standards is a 6-foot man with 6 inches of wood, with 6 abs, 6 figures, 6 of everything. That's my standard, and I deserve that. Are you still alone? Clark Kent ain't flying, and he ain't flying you out. So just understand that I'm not saying women don't operate in reality. I'm not saying, I just want to be clear in what I'm saying. I'm saying that there has been a level of empowerment through various means of media and communication where women feel as though this is why you need to shine. I need a man that. A man can't expect me. I don't want any expectations on me. No expectations. I don't want any expectations on me because I don't want to be like Oprah in Color Purple. Not Oprah, Whoopi in Color Purple. Well, Oprah too. Right? Right. You don't want the expectation placed on you, because a lot of people have said, a lot of women have said that I don't want the expectation placed on me, and I think that that's why Eric has a problem with submission, because it comes from a level of expectation. However, it is expected of a man to provide. It is expected of a man to defend. It is expected for a man to enforce
unconditionally at that.
Unconditionally. Then a negotiation. Then you know what, babe, I can take 6 months off of this job here because yeah, mental health, or I just don't feel like working or whatever. You got your bills, you working, you pay us straight, right? Good man, you got it covered. That nah go happen. However, men by and large, some men tell women, you know what? If I marry you, right? You got a man and a woman, they get married. The woman becomes pregnant, right? The man can say, you know what? I make good money, don't work no more. I just need you to take care of your child. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Don't worry about nothing in life. Man or woman gets pregnant. The woman, making good money too, tells the man, you know what? When I done with this pregnancy and they call for maternity leave, I want you to be the host husband. Let's start home, I take care of you. I just make a little more than you, start home. I got you covered. Tell me what sound like it makes sense. Tell me what sound more feasible and plausible. What woman out there, right? We got some women that are educated, that are making good money, right? If y'all women making these sort of big money, me and you get together, you get pregnant. After maternity leave, you say, you know what? I make more than you. My job is more, I don't want to say important, but it is more beneficial to our shared expenses. Therefore, don't worry about it. You start home, be the house husband, clean up, cook. Just take care of the house. Take care of child, take care of babies, everything like that. Pick them up, drop them off, everything like that. And then you go out there and work. Women, that's not like it makes sense. That's not like something that would work in the long run. And don't come with the equivocation of, oh, but I know. Because no, the same expectation you don't want placed on you in the cooking and cleaning is not on you to provide. Something that is not even in your in your feminine nature. So now the whole shit topsy-turvy. You are not a provider in terms of going out there and foraging and bringing home meals. That is not your innate attribute. You are not a defender or enforcer. That is not what.
And when you have to do it, you know what happens? Resentment builds.
And that's the thing.
Resentment builds.
How many times we see?
Because women say straight, they ain't taking care of no man, right? Dion says the thing is, in a good relationship, you don't even know when the submitting happens. Yeah. And that's why I say, fellas, you can't force no woman to submit.
You can't.
As she wants, so she wants.
Women that submit to men.
You need to get her to dodge. I see the man talking about compromise. I got a friend of mine tell you straight. Ask a military man about compromise, and you'll understand what that really means. In a compromise position in the military, it means getting ready to get a glory. Be careful how you use the word compromise, especially in these relationships, because we know that they don't necessarily always talk about it. It sounds like that's what they really want, compromise, but that way it is, right? Leave me at that kind of thing, boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you have been watching the Senate podcast. Let me just plug the show here one last time. Subscribe, like, comment, share, subscribe, dislike, comment, share, subscribe. We do content 5 days a week. We do the shorts, we do the live streams. You know what we do. We're trying to bring some semblance of balance. We are the counterbalance. We are the counterbalance, right? And we want people to understand that we are not coming from a misogynist place. And I think most people, I know we have some newcomers here and maybe in the shadows watching everything like that, but let's be honest, we are not saying that women should get in the kitchen and cook. We're not saying that women should shut up, put your legs in the air, that loving. That's not what we're saying. We're not saying that we want to dictate what a woman looks like. We don't want that. We fully believe you can look how you want, when you want, if you want, but the results are on you. We just want you to be healthy, attractive, because y'all want us to be healthy and attractive. Therefore, it's all right if you have that expectation on us. We can have an expectation on you. Equality. Yeah, so we having these conversations. We appreciate everybody coming in. We appreciate the pushback. We appreciate all of it, because at the end of the day, it helps start the discussion, and it helps to kind of weed out certain things that we've been taught to say and to kind of process in dipsy doodling the whole man-woman thing, right? Like the horny, which is amazing to me, man. Anyhow, my brother.
Yeah, man. Folks, you know it is. You can ignore reality all you want, but you cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. Yeah, we don't make up the rules. Neither we just make sure you know where they are. Yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Make sure there's anything you've got coming for you. Be the best version of you for you. We will see you guys again very, very soon. We got a short coming for you tomorrow afternoon, so look out for that. And be careful out there. Stay safe. You know it is.
Contaminated environment in the tutus about that.
You see y'all soon.
He's gonna lay every peace and love everyone. She tired. I get sleep.